JJK Season 3, Episode 8. I think 8, not 9, right? Because last week's episode was skipped. But JJK Season 3, Episode 8 just came out. Let's talk about it. And my GOAT is finally in the picture. I've said this a lot. This character's my GOAT, that character's my GOAT. But this right here, second to Todo, this is my GOAT here. Higuruma. Apparently I've been saying the name wrong. I've been saying Higuruma. I have no idea why. It's spelled out as Higuruma, so apologies for last week's episode. But Higuruma has finally entered the scene, finally gets his character introduction, and what an introduction. First thing first, before we even talk about the GOAT himself being in the show, right, the Phoenix Wright, the ace attorney in our show, what was that jazz song they put in there? That jazz OST in the background. That was phenomenal. When I was hearing that, I was like, oh my God, who composed this? This is the most beautiful thing that is hitting my eardrums right now, and I need more. And they kept it going. There was like a car crash in there somewhere, right? They were talking about one of Higuruma's cases and how like it revolved around a car accident. But, you know, it breaks the song there, and I was like, dang, you know, you're going to stop it there? Like, keep the song going. And then they brought it back. That song is peak. I don't know who composed it, but in Mappa, whoever's working on that jazz, keep it up, man. I need more jazz in JJK. That was phenomenal. I've been gushing about the jazz song. Let's talk about the GOAT Higuruma. How am I not supposed to love the Phoenix Wright of our JJK, right? This is the defense attorney of our show. He is out here looking out for the people that no one else will look out for, right? They even said in the beginning, they showed a little text that said like 99.9% of people are guilty within this show. I don't know if that's a true stat for Japan, but in the show, they say 99.9% of people are already deemed guilty, or just there's a guilty verdict at the end of the day. And Higuruma is fighting against that, right? Even though he knows what the whole system is built on, he is still looking for it. We saw it in this entire flashback, right? He got the verdict to be innocent, not guilty, but he knew there was going to be a retrial because he just knows these things happen, right? There's no way they get away with this. And unfortunately, at the end of it, you know, the guy was verdicted as guilty and life sentence. Dang, I mean, we don't know if he actually did it or not. Obviously, the show isn't really focusing on that. It's more focusing on how much Higuruma is fighting for all these people. But, you know, he is there to do what he thinks is just. He even says, he's like, I'm the type of person that just can't leave something alone if it needs my help. So, shout out Higuruma. What a go. Although, you know, now we see him in today's world a little messed up, but that is because of what happened. We saw him. He gained his curse technique in that case, right? He got so mad. He got the gavel in. You know, we're having a retrial. Get back here. So, you know, all of this stuff, all the cursed energy in JJK, remember, like, the cursed energy stuff is negative energy that gets inside of a person, and that negative energy spewed into his curse technique, which is what he had there. And at the end of the episode, you see this man has acquired domain expansion. How does he have domain expansion already? Whatever, that's not the case. Either way, this man's the GOAT. I cannot wait for next week's episode about him. Obviously, this is not, I mean, the main focus was Higuruma in this episode, but we have yet to see the fight. We have yet to see anything go down, but it's hype to see. But let's tie back to the previous week's episode, right? Previous week's episode, or 2 weeks ago, the whole mystery of who was getting led to the wrong person and who was getting led to the right person. Itadori was getting led in the right direction, and Megumi was getting led into the wrong direction. Although, in both instances, they were, you know, done for the negative reason, you know. Amanai, I think the guy's name was. Amanai led Itadori knowing that Higuruma's in there to fight him, because Higuruma's there to just take points. And same with that other girl too. Took Megumi to Reggie because she just knew that Reggie was going to fight him. So both of them for the wrong reason, but at least Amanai was not lying. Is it Amanai? I'm sorry if I'm forgetting this man's name. I should go back and look, but I don't really want to because he's just a nobody really. But either way, blonde hair guy with the little black top hair. He leads Itadori into the right way, which was actually the left side of the sign that we saw, right? That was the green side, kind of indicating that that's the right way. And then Megumi was taken to the right side, which is the red path, which is the wrong way. You could see that in the episode a little bit because Itadori takes a left and Megumi takes a right in this situation. But yeah, some cool visualizations and directions that the anime team took. Love seeing that. Obviously, Mappa has been doing a phenomenal job, even with the slow, like, still shots. There has been no still shot. I call it a still shot because it is still shot in the sense of what we know in anime, but it is not a still shot at all. Everything is always moving. That scene where Higuruma gets up and like spins this chair of his I don't even know what they're called, the helper, right? Spins her chair and like she like twists in that chair. Levels of animation that you won't see in my beloved One Piece, right? One Piece has a lot of still images, especially in the past, right? You would just see a still image with like someone's mouth moving or someone's face still image while someone in the background is talking. But either way, amazing stuff from Mappa here. Reggie and Megumi, that's a whole nother thing. Obviously, that was not really touched upon here, but Megumi's ready to fight Reggie. Well, Reggie's like, no, I'll have you on my team. We'll see what happens with that in the coming episodes. And now we get to see that Higuruma and Yuji are ready to box, right? So Yuji asks, hey, can I use your 100 points? I would really appreciate it if I could. We're trying to do this and this with the culling game so we can have people leave if they need to. And Higuruma's like, no. I refuse. I don't want that. I like this, right? There's a just cause in this, right? If I can't find justice through the actions of my job, maybe I can find justice through this. And he talks about a lot of stuff, right? If you can't tell, Higuruma has gone mad. This man's bathing in his clothes, and he's like, yeah, it feels good. What? No way it feels good. Definitely not. But yeah, I mean, again, all of this stuff at the end of the day really is just leading to the culling game's beginning, right? The anime team, I think what they're trying to do is, because if you guys aren't aware, in the manga, some of these stuff has happened before some of the stuff that we've seen, right? A lot of the stuff that's been being animated, they're pretty much out of order. This Higuruma flashback that you guys are getting, we got like a couple chapters ago before the stuff that like was happening. I think we got this before like Itadori and Megumi joined the culling games, which now they have joined, right? So like last week or 2 weeks ago, episode 7, they joined the culling games, but as manga readers, we actually got the flashback before they joined the culling games. So when they joined the culling games, it was straight hands. So I think what the anime team is trying to do is before they start getting into full pure action, they're trying to set up everything before all of it, right? Every single setup that needs to happen, they're trying to animate now and show now. A lot of the stuff, it's flowing right. It's flowing perfectly. I think the anime team is doing a great job. I think this is the best way to do it. I think what they're doing with the manga, I've said this before, but this is the best manga to anime adaptation I've seen. This is amazing stuff. So I just think that like if people are thinking, oh, it's so slow, this season hasn't been doing much, yada, yada, yada. I've seen a couple people complain. It's gonna start picking up. This is JJK. You don't have a slow JJK arc. JJK always delivers on action, right? We have season 1 full of action everywhere. We have season 2 full of action everywhere. It's always action in JJK, and this season won't be any different. It just needs some setup because you are getting so many new characters. There's so many new characters being introduced. Either way, super hyped that Higuruma's finally in this show. Love this man. Phoenix Wright my goat. Higuruma my goat. Miles Edgeworth my goat. Just throw Miles Edgeworth in there because that's how good of a character he is. Not even related to JJK, but that's my goat, Miles Edgeworth. And let's talk about the voice actor for Higuruma, because we got Tomokazu Sugita as the voice actor, right? He has voice acted in the past Katakuri from One Piece. This, as you can tell from the name and the profile picture, I do One Piece content as well. I have One Piece chapter reviews. So seeing my goat Katakuri be in the show, and Katakuri, he's the goat, right? So having Katakuri's voice actor be Higuruma, hype. But it doesn't end there, because Katakuri, dare I say, is the least important in all of this. There's some other people he's also voice acted that I'm not too familiar with because I don't watch those shows, but he has also done Joseph Joestar from JoJo's. Are you kidding me? Arguably the best JoJo, arguably the second best JoJo. I don't know. Josuke's up there, but let's talk about it. JoJo's? We got Joseph Joestar? All right, and it doesn't end there because we got the GOAT of them all, Gintoki from Gintama. Gintoki from Gintama is Higuruma, the white demon himself. This just solidifies that Higuruma always destined to be the GOAT. And outside of, being hyped about Higuruma finally being in the show, I don't have anything else much to add. I mean, there was the scene with Geto at the end, or Kenjaku at the end, where he, meets with people and he says, like, they're like, please have a seat. And he's like, thank you for inviting me. not much to say there, just, a scene that happens. And also Reggie's whole, theory of what the Calling Games is and what the end is going to be. Not much to add there too, because, obviously it's just a theory, a game theory, so nothing much to add there. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys are excited for Higuruma's introduction, what you guys thought about him. And yeah, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching.